it's Mrs. Hott from the Morgan County Partnership with this week's Positive Action virtual lesson for you. Are you ready? Here we go. It's time for positive actions. Es sola acción positiva. We welcome you to PositiveValuesNetwork.com. Morgan County Partnership is so excited to have you with us today. Whether you are at home for virtual or remote school, maybe it's distance learning, or you might be in the classroom with your teacher or social worker or counselor, or maybe you're at home or in the workplace even. The Morgan County Partnership is so glad to have you with us this week for the Positive Action Value. This week on pvnnews.com, here's what we're going to do today. I have a positive action video for you about integrity. We have an activity to share with your siblings, and then we're going to talk about it. Are you ready? Let's get started.
You're a liar. I was about 14 years old. My father came outside and I was shooting hoops in the driveway, and the day before I got grounded for lying. He came out and said, "I want to talk to you." My dad is kind of a force. He looked at me and he said, "Look, yesterday you lied." I said, "I know, Dad, I'm sorry." He goes, "No, we're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about some truths that I need to give you. I always told you if you lied, you wouldn't be successful in life. And that just isn't the truth. Out of all my kids, you're the one that I have absolutely no doubt will be successful in life. But you're a liar, and you're gonna know it and I'm gonna know it, and that's just the way it is." And I just broke down crying. I went in the house later and I said, "Look, I thought about it, and I'm gonna go through life and I'm gonna be a man of integrity. And it might be harder to be successful, but I'm not gonna be a liar. And I'm gonna show you that I'm gonna have integrity in everything that I do." And he smiled at me and goes, "Good decision." My dad was a refugee in the United States from Hungary, and my grandparents were Holocaust survivors. Both of them just really fought for everything that they got. And I felt very guilty that I was the first person in my family to grow up with any kind of means. In a weird way, it kind of put a chip on my shoulder that I wanted to prove to myself, to the world, to my family that I could build something on my own. Most of the great advice I ever got was from great parents, not from great businessmen. He taught me there's a difference between winning and truly winning. You know, there's a lot of people who win in the outcome, but because they don't understand that living with integrity is a different kind of winning, they never understood how they actually lost. I only lasted in college for a year and a half. I started my business my freshman year. I did that for 3.5 years. Then I had all these ideas about social media and no one was listening to me. Music artists were at their biggest when there was a feeling of self-discovery. For these kids, it was social media. I started my own record label management company. I signed a kid off MySpace named Asher Roth. And then 4 months after finding Asher, I went on YouTube and saw, by mistake, a kid singing who had 60,000 views in his church in Canada. And I was so blown away by what I saw. I knew I can make this kid one of the biggest artists in the world. I just knew instantly. And that was Justin Bieber, 12-year-old, singing in a church. And I called every school district in that part of Ontario until his mom called to get rid of me. And I convinced her to get on the first plane she and he had ever been on. I had saved money for about 13 to 14 months before I knew I was going broke. And this was probably month 11. I ordered a pizza and I had to get out $11 and change from a bucket of change I kept dropping every time I came to my house because I had no money. I had Justin and his mother. I was paying their food bill, their electric bill. I was paying everything. And I was trying to build this company. And everyone in Atlanta thought I was winning, thought I was successful. But I knew the truth. And my dad just called me to say, "Hey, what's up? What's going on?" And one thing led to another, and I just broke down hysterically crying on the phone. "Dad, I'm gonna be a failure. I'm a joke, no one knows. And everyone's about to find out." And my dad said, "You came this far, see it through." Kind of wiped up my tears, said, "Okay." The next day, Asher Roth came to my house, played me a song called "I Love College." And I instantly knew what to do. Within a month, I was able to get us a publishing deal for $1 million, the commission, saved my company. That was the first time I really understood that tomorrow comes. That the homes of success and failure are next door to each other. That if I would have given up in that moment, I would have never known that success was waiting for me next door. And to me, that is success. It's who's gonna keep swinging. We define, oh, you're successful because you're rich. You know, we decide our eligible bachelors based on net worth. We should be looking at success as a very different thing. Are we happy? Do we have quality of life? Are we surrounded by loved ones? Are we able to take time to actually enjoy the victories? Do we even know what the victories are? And yes, I know what the haters say. Easy for you to say this. You've already had success. You have wealth. You know, you're not dealing with what I'm dealing with. But I have once. I was there. And now I can tell you that with all the monetary success I have, if it wasn't for my wife and my children, I'd be so lost. Family and friends, that's your real value. Each birthday I have, I don't look around and say, gosh, wonder how much money I got. No, I look around and say, God, look at the people I've collected in my life. Look at the family I've collected. The rest is just house money.
Let's talk about this week's new core value word, integrity. Integrity means the ability to be honest and to have strong, positive, or possum values and morals. Integrity. Integrity is doing the right thing even when no one is watching. Oh, why is that so hard? Can we talk about that? Integrity. Integrity is a core value, and it's such a deep value because with integrity, that builds a foundation for everything to follow through. It's like building a house and pouring the footers. With strong integrity, you have a strong house for everything to build on. And this week, we want to talk about some positive actions to help us choose integrity. Number 1, empathy. Think about this. Empathy. When you put yourself in someone else's position and act, will you act with integrity? Say for an example, you find a $20 bill on the floor. If you think of the person who may have lost that $20 bill and how they are going to need it, you'll do the right thing and return it. A while ago, I found a whole wad of bills in front of the Food Lion out in the parking lot. And when I picked it up, I thought, wow, look at all of this. It was like $42. But I realized, you know what? Somebody dropped that on the way into the Food Lion. And they likely were going to purchase something, I don't know what. But in my mind, I thought this. What if that was a mom who needed to get bread, cereal, and milk? And that was her money. She was in that store looking for her $42. So you know what I did? I did the hard thing. Sure, I could have spent it. We could have celebrated at Fox's Pizza, but I took it back and I went to the counter and I said, hey, I found this in the parking lot. Someone might need it. It's the hard thing to do, but it's the right thing to do. And the thing with integrity is you do it when nobody's watching. You do it without anticipation or reward. And when you have empathy, you think of that other person, and that's how you act. Thoughts, actions, and feelings, and you feel good knowing that you've done the right thing. It's not for the reward or for getting recognition. No one ever knew until now that I told you guys that I returned that $42. But I felt good knowing that if that person came back to get it, it would be waiting for them at the counter. Another positive action for integrity, know the right thing. That's hard, right? How do you know? Okay? How do you choose? How do you know what the right thing to do is? Your first thing is a thought, okay? In the thoughts, actions, feelings circle, you have to think, is it right or is it wrong? Is it right or is it wrong? And sometimes, this is hard to explain, you just know, okay? You know that it's right because it's what's going to be the best result. Or you know that it's wrong because if you do that, you're going to feel bad, or you might get caught, or you could get in trouble. That's when it's wrong. So you choose the right activity, the right action with integrity. Know the right thing. Say the right thing, okay? You know the right words to say. Now, some words can lift people up and make them feel good. Other words can tear them down. Be kind with the words that you choose. And not just the words that you say, but the words that you put on your device, okay? Choose positive things to put on there and type on those devices. Know the right thing, say the right thing, and then do the right thing, okay? Do the right thing. And how do you do that? By being honest, trustworthy, truthful, and upright. And while we're at this, students, can we talk about this again? Social media, let's use it, and let's use it with integrity, and make the things that you put on your social media be a reflection of who you are. All right? Now, when I'm out and about, sometimes I've had this happen. I can recall a student who said one thing, but on her social media looked quite differently. And you know how you know that? You can see it by the images they portray. And maybe it's that shirt that might be a little too tight, or that pose or that kissy face that might be a little bit inappropriate. Let's be honest, okay? You choose the things on your media with integrity. Make them about who you really are. Do it for presenting yourself in a positive way, not for who's going to look at it, not for the likes you're going to get, the subscribers, the people who follow you. It's not about that, okay? You don't want to watch the numbers. I know you want to have so many followers, and that's a struggle right now because our media is so prevalent, but you don't have to turn it off. Just use it with integrity. Make what you put out there be a representation of who you really are right here. Okay? Because remember, what's right here? It's unique, it's important, and it's wonderfully made. So be honest with yourself. You don't have to try to impress someone with that kissy face or kissy lips or whatever it's called these days, duck lips, I don't know. Okay? But be honest. And think about what you're wearing in your pictures. Is it appropriate? Okay? And remember this, is it all right for Mrs. Hot to see it? If not, maybe you shouldn't be putting it out there. Use integrity. I'm sorry if that's uncomfortable, but it's honest, and I'm being truthful. All right, teenagers, next I want you to do this activity with your siblings or your friends, okay? You'll find it on positivevaluesnetwork.com under the Materials tab lab, and we're collecting core values that help you teenagers today network a community in the community with values that help you for tomorrow. Good luck. Remember, you're important, you're unique, and you're wonderfully made. Thanks for joining us for this week's Positive Action activity all about the core value word integrity. Integrity means the quality to be honest and to have strong, positive values. To tell the truth, to know the right thing, say the right thing, do the right thing. Be honest and trustworthy. This week, Ms. Shema has a great activity with a place to color in the word integrity to add to our core values for the golden rule for emotional wellness. Then, our activity asks the questions. What would you do if you found money? Think about it and answer. Next, what if you spilled paint? Would you cover it up or would you clean it up? And finally, you left your homework at home. What would you tell your teacher? Think about these questions and how you would use positive actions to act with integrity. Good job!
Hi everyone, it's Miss Kidwell here. I'm the school therapist from Woodmire Elementary School, sharing with you all our doodle activity for the week, including our positive action word this week, which is integrity. Our quote says, "Real integrity is doing the right thing, knowing that nobody's going to know if you did it or not." And that quote is by Oprah Winfrey. So here's our coloring sheet. I encourage you to decorate it, doodle on it, share it with friends, family, neighbors, post it somewhere that others can see it, and encourage our family and friends. I hope you all are staying safe and healthy, and I'll talk to you again soon. Thank you.